They say, oh, Musk was in it for himself. He had access to our own private data, and he was cruel in his approach. You would say what?
No, I think he was honest in terms of his objectives. He said he could save money for the taxpayer. That should be a bipartisan activity. I believe it was. I thought he brought forward into the taxpayer psyche a new idea of auditing government in perpetuity, which I find extremely interesting because no one's ever done it quite that way. What he did experience is what most people do. Washington is a very nasty, nasty place. And the closer you get to the sun, the more your feathers get burned. That's for everybody. He found out the hard way. That's okay. It's a good learning lesson. And I've only started going to Washington for the last 3 years, and I've realized how tough it is. I thought he did a masterful job. And most people, even though lots were offended by the speed at which he went at it, or maybe the way he implemented it, at the end of the day, taxpayers would like to save money, period. And I don't know why everybody can't get behind that. The more you think about what he did, the more you should applaud it.
So I think you've just answered my poll question from Kevin O'Leary's perspective. Which was the bigger impediment? You don't think it was his methodology. You think it's the bureaucracy and the built-in institutional fiefdoms.
Yes, I believe that to be correct. But in the end, what we've learned is there's a value to the check and balance in Washington. You think about the three different impediments you've got. You've got the executive. You certainly have Congress. And you have the judiciary. I mean, you have to deal with all of them. You can't just mandate, save $1 billion here, save $1 billion there. You have to actually go through the system. And that's where the system grinds you down. You can make the recommendation, but if it can't be executed on, you have no power. You know, as an employee for 130 days, you wield no power. The only power you have is given to you by the executive, the president. But even he can't jam it through Congress. And that's what we learned. But at the end of the day, is the idea a good idea? Of course it is. Imagine saving $1 trillion. If you in fact did that, it would tell you how inefficient government is, what a waste it is, what a horrific outcome to learn that. At the same time, you want the savings. That's why Doge, that brand, is now, let's call it, impregnated into the minds of taxpayers everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're red or blue. Who doesn't want to save money?